And where do you think you got that resolve from? And you know, you'd studied telecoms, right, in college, and so you weren't a manager in the restaurant business, and you hadn't studied it in college, and I'm sure you knew the statistics, right, on how many restaurant concepts fail.
Then it was 9 out of 10 that failed. It was what was the number.
Yeah, and so what made you think everybody's telling me I'm going to be one of these 9 out of 10, and there are a lot of good reasons to believe that I'm going to be one of these 9 out of 10, but I know that I'm going to be the 1 out of 10, and I'm going to do it.
When you believe in something like to your core that it's going to work, and you're an entrepreneur, you use every no and every it's not going to work as fuel. You build a chip on your shoulder. It's the best thing that can happen to you. And I just believed in it just so much. I was a college student. I knew what I wanted to eat. I knew the environment I wanted to go to. And I knew I could deliver on quality and consistency. And what was great about doing such a focused concept was that I knew we could execute on that. And you have to have it just right every single time. So with that resolve, it just comes from within. It comes from just knowing this is my dream and knowing I can do this really well. Look, from there I went and, I got turned down by all the banks. I went and saw, business people around Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, and the surrounding areas to tell them about this great opportunity I have for them to invest, and got the same results as I did from the banks, and they were all so nice to try to help me out. But none of them really thought it was a good idea. And as they thought it wasn't a good idea, I thought it was even a better idea, right? I'm like, you're going to see. And vision is such an interesting thing. Like when you have a vision towards whatever it is, you can see it. You can see it. You can actually do it. And maybe you're manifesting this in the universe to say that this is going to work. I could envision what the place was going to look like. I could envision what the atmosphere was going to be. And it comes from within. It comes some channeling from the universe telling you this is what you're supposed to do.